Hello, second violins. This is your discussion video for Tangerine Rag. I've got some notes written out for what I want to talk about. Let's see here. I have to make 15 discussion videos today, so hopefully these notes will help. Confidence in the rhythm. It comes back a lot. You guys are getting pretty good at playing the rhythm in the first bar is what I'm talking about. The T-ta-T. In the first bar, it's T-ta, T-T, T-ta, but it comes back later and it's mostly just T-ta, T-ta. It's that kind of weird rhythm on the first two beats of the bar. So make sure that you get really comfortable with that and know what the rhythm is regardless of what the notes are going to be for it, because it comes back a lot with different notes. Careful of your counting starting in measure 5. This was an issue that we had when I led class a few weeks ago. The second violins and violas don't come in until beat 2 of measure 5. Cellos, basses, and first violins do come in on beat 1. So at the tempo that we're currently taking this, it's kind of slow. So when you go 1, 3, rest, rest, 2, 4, 2, it's weird. 2 beats of rest feels like a really long time. So check in, look up at Mr. Hughes. He's conducting for a reason. Pardon me. So you can see that he goes 4, 1, 2, and you don't play until his beat comes on beat 2. But then, just as you get comfortable playing on beats 2 and 4, in measure 8, you go 1, 2, 3. So you gotta stay on your toes. You gotta be actually reading the music this whole time. You can't go on autopilot, because this is something that definitely caught us off guard. Measure 15, 16, and 17 was the fact that you have to play from beat 1 or beat 4 right on to beat 1. And you've been used to putting that space there. If you remember when I led class a few weeks ago, measure 15, 16, and 17 were just like a train wreck every single time we did it, no matter how much we worked on it. And we were like, oh, yeah, I go beat 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, T-ta, T-ta, ta, ta, ta. Like, it was just like beyond our grasp a couple of weeks ago. I haven't heard you play it since then, so hopefully it has gotten a lot better. But just be really, turn your brains on into hyperdrive. They should already be turned on when you're playing this piece, but super duper paying attention at 15, 16, and 17. See here, I basically just talked about most of this. Measure 21 is the opening rhythm again. Now all of the upper strings are playing it, and then the cellos have their little kind of solo at the end of the bar. So make sure that the quarter note you play, the last quarter note that you play of each of these little rhythmic units, it's short but not choked. Make sure that the string still vibrates, but we want a short note so that we can hear the cello's cool part that starts immediately after you guys stop playing. First violins, seconds, and violas all have the same rhythm here, so make sure that you're really locked in with all of the players around you. In measure 27, you've got a C natural, a low C natural. That is third finger on the tape on the G string. Make sure you're playing that C natural way down there, because the first violins have a C natural the octave higher. So if somebody is not playing C natural, it's going to get weird. If there's one second violin that's playing a C sharp, there's one first violin that's playing a high C sharp, it's just going to sound really strange. So make sure that you've got a nice solid C natural there in measure 27. And then in measure 28, you're playing high C sharp. This is pretty easy for you guys because low C natural is on the tape and high C sharp is on the tape. So you guys are just playing on the tapes for your notes. First violins are not so lucky. Measures 29 through 45 are the same as the beginning, so I don't need to talk about those. At measure 45, huge shift here. There's a key change, a dynamic change, and a rhythm change. So you guys have just played you finally did play on beats 1 and 3. You've been playing on 2 and 4 this whole time, right? You play on beats 1, 3, it's forte, it's fortissimo and accented, and now you're playing on beats 1 and 3, and it's piano, so very quiet. Tips on playing soft would be move your bow away from the bridge, closer to the fingerboard, not over it, not over top of it, but just closer to it. Tilt the bow stick away from your face so that you're actually putting less bow hair in contact with the string, because the less hair that contacts the string, the less sound it makes. And then you don't have to press on the bow, not much. My bow is heavy enough and has been re-haired recently enough that this is the amount of sound that it makes if I don't put any pressure on it at all. If I just hold it like this and just draw the bow, that is the sound it makes. I'm not adding any pressure to it whatsoever. So this is the kind of soft we kind of want this nice, soft, little delicate sound. But then in measure 47, it's forte again. Look at me not reading. I realized that while I was playing at piano. So a lot of dynamic shifts here as well. So make sure that you are reading everything around the notes. So you're playing loud when you're supposed to and playing soft when you are supposed to. The key change means, Mr. Hughes may have already gone over this with you, but the key change means that now there are no more C sharps unless they are written. Unless there is a little sharp next to the note, C's are natural. So in measure 46, that's a C natural, third finger on the tape. Measure 50, C natural. Measure 51, check it out. Low 1, B flat. The editor even gave you an arrow pointing down in case you forget how to play B flat. It is way back here by the nut. If B natural is here on the tape, B flat is not somewhere slightly behind the tape. It's actually way back here. That being said, every instrument is a little different. So your B flat might be a little closer to your tape, or maybe your string is a little flat today, or maybe your first finger tape is kind of in the wrong spot. So you're just going to have to trust your ear and adjust and figure out exactly where low 1 is on your instrument. That's about all there is in that key change part. There's not a whole lot of difficult things for you guys going on. DC al fine means da capo al fine, to the head until the finish. You've seen, probably already talked about it in class, that there's that double bar at measure 44, but it looks that like that's the thing that ends a piece, but it's in the middle of the piece. That's the fine. That's where you do end when you go back to the beginning and play it through. When you go back to the beginning, the key is returned to D major. You play it just the way that you did the first time through. Unless you made mistakes, in which case correct those mistakes and play everything perfectly the second time through. Yeah, that's basically all I've got for Tangerine Rag. So there should be a link to the slow practice video popping up and the performance tempo video popping up. And I'm also going to put links to the slow practice videos for Violin 1 and Viola over here. I'd really recommend playing along with the Viola videos because they are with you guys like 100% of the time. They're not playing the same notes, but they're playing the same rhythms as you guys. So try playing along with those. Remember that I'd really like you to do the slow practice 5 times. That doesn't mean you have to play the Violin 2 slow practice video 5 times through. Play that video a couple of times, and when you are really confident in playing the second violin part, go play your part with one of the other slow practice videos. That counts as slow practice. We just want to make sure that when you practice slowly, you're getting everything perfect. You've got the time to think and make sure that you're getting everything right, so that when you speed it up, you won't be practicing in bad habits or mistakes, which happens a lot if you go too fast too soon. So that's it for Tangerine Rag. I will see you in the next video. Happy practicing.